Hey players, it's time to grab your tea and have a seat. Let's discuss politics, crime, celebrity gossip, investigative reporting. Welcome to The Real Tea with Double D on GSMC Podcasting Network, where I am black and the news is always petty as hell, but it's accurate.
Hey players, welcome to a brand new episode of The Real Tea with Double D. Of course, I am Double D and we are on the GSMC Podcasting Network. So excited to be with you all tonight to record a brand new episode. And I declare, honey, this damn StreamYard is pissing me the hell off. I declare. I've been trying to get here for the past 10 minutes or so, trying to get here, but I had some technical difficulties. So hopefully I don't have any more technical difficulties, but I'm going to search around for another streaming service because StreamYard has let me down yet again. Do you guys hear an echo? You let me know if you hear an echo because I'm hearing myself in my microphone, in my headphones, which is odd. So if there's an echo, you let me know if you hear one because I hear myself. I declare. I love it here. So players, no echo. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'll just let you guys know that out here in Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, how y'all doing out there, that I'm recording a brand new episode of The Real Tea with Double D. So I won't be able to talk back and forth with you as much as I would like because the people out in podcasting world, they can't see me, but they can hear me. So it'll be very important for me to make sure that they feel included and not left out. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. And also you ones out in podcasting world, thank you guys for coming out and downloading and listening once again. I really appreciate it. Baby, it's been a hot and feisty day. So I'm ready to get to the tea, baby. So let's go ahead and get to it. After I let you guys know that y'all can visit blaccuratenews.com and you can purchase some merch to support the Black Accurate News Network as we try to expand. There's several things that I want to do, but of course it takes finances. So I really need you guys to support. So make sure you go out and check out the Black Accurate News merch. Make sure you watch my videos on YouTube. Also watch them on TikTok and Facebook to help me generate that income so that way I can expand this thing a little further because there's a lot that I want to do. I really appreciate y'all for being here. And if you're in Facebook and you're sending stars, I really appreciate you. If you're on TikTok and you're sending the roses and things like that, I really appreciate you as well. Now, honey, I'm so ready because there's trouble in Frumpy's way. Go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat, baby. Get ready for the tea report. Baby, there's been a lot going on today with Frumpy Dump. I don't know if y'all heard, honey, but there's more than the raid that actually occurred at Mar-a-Lago. Honey, Frumpy Dump done slid down a razor blade and landed in an alcohol river. It seems that Merrick Garland has finally got the molasses out of his ass, and it seems like he's making the moves, honey, and I declare it can't come a day late or a dollar short for any of us because Frumpy Dump needs to be held accountable for the things that he has done. So I have something for you right here. Here's a fresh off the press photo of Frumpy Dump. This is the first photo that he had since he was raided by the feds today. So what we're hearing in regards to the raid, but before I get to the raid, I want to backpedal and pussy pop because there's a little bit of something that came down the pipeline this morning, and I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So grab y'all tea, baby, because you definitely gonna need it for this one. So y'all remember when that shit was going around that Frumpy Dump had was flushing classified documents down the toilet. They said that he would take documents into the bathroom and he would be flushing them down the toilet. So much so that the pipes and things were getting clogged up at Mar-a-Lago and other places. So there's actually a photo that's supposed to be Frumpy Dump's toilet, and there's some paper in it where he attempted to flush these things down the toilet, but they didn't quite make it. I declare. What a disgrace. So it seems like these are handwritten notes that Frumpy Dump apparently ripped up and attempted to flush down the toilet. This broke this morning by CNN. This is newly revealed photographs. It was two different occasions apparently where Frumpy Dump apparently tried to flush documents down the toilet. Maggie Haberman, if y'all don't know who she is, she's a New York Times reporter and a CNN contributor, and also Frumpy Dump's arch nemesis, published the new images in her forthcoming book, Confidence Man. And the images were earlier posted to Axios. And CNN had previously reported about Frumpy Dump flushing flushing those papers down the toilet. So they said that he will periodically do this. This was backed up by Stephanie Grissom, which was an aide to Frumpy Dump, as well as several others that said that Frumpy Dump would often take in these handwritten notes as well as classified documents, and he would flush them down the toilet. So, and they actually had to tell him to stop. There was once where the White House residents discovered later that he had been flushing these things down the toilet when a repairman was summoned to fix the clog. And that's where they discovered that Frumpy Dump was doing this. Now, of course, Frumpy Dump wants to backpedal and pussy pop out of it and say that he never flushed anything down the toilet. A spokesperson for him claimed today that this is a fabricated story, that he never did any of this. Let's take a closer look at the shit paper that's floating. It looks like he was referring to Elise Stefanik and maybe Roger Stone on this paper. I declare, what a disgrace. So, um, they claimed that there were several instances where Frumpy Dump was doing this, and they said that Trump would task aides with carrying boxes of unread memos, articles, and tweets drafts aboard the presidential aircraft for him to review, and then he would tear them to shreds. Now, you know you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to preserve those for the National Archives. But that's another thing that Frumpy Dump was apparently doing. uh I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So that was the first thing that came down the pipeline in reference to Frumpy Dump. And also this kind of goes into the act of Mar-a-Lago being raided. Now, from what I understand of it, Frumpy Dump was not there. He was actually in New York. I don't know if he's in New York preparing to testify for Attorney General Letitia James's civil probe in New York. I know that Dunn Jr. already testified, Frumpy Dump Jr., and Ivanka is actually slated to testify. So I don't know if he was in New York on that type of business, but they're saying that he was in New York when this raid took place. And Frumpy was the one who brought it to the light because, again, the Justice Department hasn't said anything about this. In fact, when they were asked about it, they declined to comment. But let's go and take a look at Frumpy Dump's statement that he released in reference to him being Mar-a-Lago being raided. All I gotta say is trouble in Frumpy's way. He has to moan sometimes. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So he says, these Hello? Can y'all hear me? Please let me. Hello? Can y'all hear me out there? No sound. Can y'all hear me? Yes. Hello? Okay. I'm back. Okay. StreamYard is fucking tripping. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, I declare. I don't remember where I was at, but I just went to cussing. All right, let's get back to it. So he says, after working and cooperating with okay, good. Okay, after working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies, the unannounced raid on my home was necessary was not necessary or appropriate. That's kind of like what happens when you get raided or you get served a warrant frumpy dump. You better be glad they didn't do you like your attorney Jeffrey Clark and show up at your door while you're in your drawers. Well, in your case you would have been in your pamper, but I digress. So he says it wasn't necessary or appropriate. It is misconduct, the weaponization of the justice system, and an attack by the radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024, especially based on the recent polls. And for one thing, Frumpy Dump isn't winning the polls. Although I don't believe in the poll thing, he isn't winning the polls because actually Ron DeSantis is taking over the polls, if we want to be politically correct, but I digress. So he says, so he says, the left who desperately don't want me to run for president, especially based on the recent polls, and who will likewise do anything to stop Republicans and conservatives in the upcoming midterm elections. Such an assault could only take place in broken third world countries. Sadly, America has now become not one of those countries, corrupt a level not seen before. They even broke into my safe. The feds didn't break into your safe, Frumpy. They seized it for evidence. I declare, honey, you're a disgrace. What is the difference between this and Watergate, where operatives broke into the Democrat National Committee? Here in reverse, Democrats broke into the home of the 45th president of the United States. They didn't break into your home. There's a big difference than what happened in Watergate versus what happened to you, Frump. In Watergate, they actually came out under the cloak of darkness and broke into the Democrat National Committee building. In your case, they had a legal search warrant and they were legally uh, given access to your property because allegedly you took classified documents. So if you took those classified documents and you know you weren't supposed to take them, Frumpy, then they have a right to come to your home with a legal warrant and seize those documents. They gave you an opportunity to return them. You gave them back 16 boxes full of stuff. How do you mistakenly take 16 boxes of stuff that was supposed to be preserved in the National Archives? In my opinion, they gave you a chance when you gave back those 16 boxes. They could have arrested your ass then. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So we now know that that is a part of the investigation, that they're searching for these classified documents that Frumpy Dump may or may not have taken um, from the White House or whatever, and that's what they're looking for. And I'm actually hoping that they are also searching for documents in relation to the elector probe that is going on in Georgia. But or no, excuse me, the elector probe by the Justice Department. That's what I'm hoping for. But I digress, honey. That is what Frumpy had to say. I refuse to read any more of that statement on dingy ass loose leaf paper. I mean, he just goes on to cry and whine about how he's the president and how they're persecuting him and how Hillary Clinton's emails, 30,000 emails. Of course, he talked about Hillary Clinton, but this is Hillary Clinton right now. Just having some Chardonnay in my non FBI rated house. Oh, yes, 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 honey. That is Hillary Clinton. And also President Barack Obama, who was never impeached, who never had his house raided, and he also served 2 terms. I declare, honey, you guys are a disgrace. So the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers are out, and they are talking about, of course, Hunter Biden. They're talking about Hillary Clinton's emails. They're talking about President Biden as well. But we have a few of the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers, and these who I'm referring to is the ones that are in Congress or want to be in Congress that are reacting to this. First, we're going to take a look at Kevin McCarthy. So Kevin McCarthy said, Attorney General Garland, preserve your documents and clear your calendar. He said, I've seen enough. The Department of Justice has reached an intolerable state of weaponized politicization. When Republicans take back the House, we will conduct an immediate oversight of the department. Follow the facts and leave no stone unturned. Attorney General Garland, preserve your calendar. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. You know, this is ridiculous and it's disgusting because Kevin McCarthy knows good and goddamn well that Frumpy Dump is full of shit. But this is the kind of stuff that they do when they after somebody's taint, when they want to secure the Frumpy Dump base. But it's disgusting that he would even say this. I never really had much respect for Kevin McCarthy, but I have really literally lost all respect at this point because not only did he backpedal and pussy pop on the fact that he felt like Frumpy Dump was responsible for January 6th, but now he is being one of the first people that want to speak out since Frumpy Dump may be held accountable for some of the shit that he's done. So now we have Ron DeSantis, who the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers are kind of upset at Ron DeSantis because they feel like he cooperated or something like that to allow this to happen. Of course, we know he is the governor in Florida, so they're upset with him right now. So Ron DeSantis says the raid at Mar-a-Lago is another escalation in the weaponization of the federal agencies against the regime's political opponents. While people like Hunter Biden get treated with kid gloves, now the regime is getting another 87K IRS agents to wield against the adversaries. Banana Republic, I declare. What a disgrace. Again, does Hunter Biden work for the people? No, they do. No, he does not. So I really wish they stopped bringing up Hunter Biden because he has absolutely nothing to do with this. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. But baby, the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers aren't very happy with DeSantis at this point. They feel like he got something to do with the shenanigans. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Y'all know the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers, they don't mind turning on each other. So we have Candy Cane. This is Ku Klux Candy, Candace Owens. The FBI must be legally and formally dissolved. What happened to Frumpy Dump is positively stunning and a mark of unchecked government power. I no longer recognize the country I live in. Left or right, we must all come together to fight this evil. I don't understand how this is a slight against any of us. This is Frumpy Dump. This is his shit. Maybe y'all should have told him to stop flushing shit down the toilet. And maybe you should have told him to not take 50 some odd boxes or so or whatever of classified documents, then maybe they wouldn't be at his house. Maybe you should have told him to concede the election and stop going around pandering and lying and doing what he was doing, selling the big lie to the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers so they wouldn't get up enough gumption to try to overthrow the government so that he could keep power, even though that wouldn't even be possible in the first damn place, even if they did take over the damn Capitol. I declare, what a disgrace. Y'all uphold him in this bullshit, and then you come on here and you try to light up the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers. And they done lit the Frumpy Dump Tank Sniffers up so that they done took their asses out to Mar-a-Lago. Let me show y'all these videos, honey. It's a disgrace. So they out there holding guard at Mar-a-Lago. Number one. Child, they done scurried their asses out there to Mar-a-Lago to try to protect Frumpy Dump, even though his ass ain't even there. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So this is what they do, though. They embolden these little people to go out there and stand out and standing out at Mar-a-Lago like they're gonna be able to do something about Frumpy Dump home being raided when at the end of the day he should have been raided a long time ago. They should have given him this much time because this was months ago when they hear me or not. Can y'all hear me? I am getting rid of them. This is another thing that hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm gonna keep talking. Can you hear me? Okay, good. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not supposed to happen like this. I don't know what the hell is going on with StreamYard. And I know my internet is not bad because I'm full. But anyway, um, so that is another thing that they're all talking about out there. Out there is that this is a third world country. This is a man that's being unjustly persecuted and blah, 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 blah. When they all know deep within their spirits that Frumpy Dump did that shit. They should have been telling him not to do that stuff, but they continued. I declare it's a disgrace. And one more, of course, I got to bring up Carrie Lake. I declare. So I'm assuming when she becomes governor, she's going to have the Frumpy Dump tape sniffers, will have Arizona secede from the union is what they're gonna do because based on this statement, I really don't know what she gonna do with this. She just as dumb as a box of damn rocks. Okay, so this is one of the darkest days in American history. The day our government, originally created by the people, turned against us. The illegitimate, corrupt regime hates America and has weaponized the entirety of the federal government to take down Frumpy Dump. Our government is rotten to the core. These tyrants will stop at nothing to silence the patriots who are working to save America. This is incredibly horrendous abuse of power. If we accept it, America is dead. We will not accept it. The 10th Amendment can and will save our republic, and the road to stripping the feds of power travels right through Arizona. We must fire the federal government. So I'm not understanding. So now they all for defunding the government and defunding the police and all this stuff just because Frumpy Dump is being held accountable for the things that she's done. Baby, she's a skin tag on the ass crack of humanity. I declare. Carrie Lake, please sit the hell down. Have several seats in the back because we don't want to hear from you and you will not win Arizona. We definitely gonna keep America blue. Players. So that's what's going on, honey. Frumpy Dump, they done caught him supposedly, allegedly, according to Maggie Haberman, he was flushing the shit down the toilet and she got proof of it. And then also um his house was raided. According to sources, this is related to the National Archives, the documents that he allegedly took from the White House. That is what this is related to. So that is the whole thing with the Frumpy Dump shenanigans. But baby, this TI coming up next. Please refresh your tea because this is gonna be so good. And pray that my shit stay good. StreamYard tripping. All right, players. So next item on the agenda, honey, is Roger Stone's not excuse me, Alex Jones and Roger Stone. I declare, honey, this is a shit show. So listen, okay, come on, y'all, sit on down because we got to talk about this shit. Okay, so y'all know that Alex Jones, of course, has to pay back all that money, right? He's got to pay like $49.2 million or something to the Sandy Hook families. And during the trial, there was these text messages 2 years worth that his attorney actually sent over to the Sandy Hook family's attorney. He gave them a few days to actually like take ownership of these text messages. There was a way that he could have not gotten them admitted into evidence if he was able to prove that it was given to them accidentally. There was a way for him to do that, but he failed to do that, honey. So the shit was brought into court. Alex Jones was looking exactly like he was looking on this screen right now whenever it was found out that these text messages were going to be admitted into evidence, and he basically committed perjury. I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So in these text messages, I don't know if y'all heard, but Alex Jones was talking about there was some intimate text messages, also some medical records and stuff like that. But there was some intimate, look at me, y'all, intimate text messages between him and Roger Stone. And Roger Stone actually talked about these supposed intimate text messages. And I want y'all to hear what Roger Stone had to say.
In fact, in this Soviet-style show trial, it was revealed that Jones's lawyer inadvertently sent 2 years of text messages to the plaintiff's attorneys. And they said that those text messages included intimate communications between Jones and I. And they're absolutely right. We prayed together. We prayed for our nation together. Alex prayed for my wife when she had cancer. Alex lifted me up when I was staring into the abyss and looking at a death sentence at the hands of a federal judge.
To just work. Okay, so y'all heard him right. Roger Stone said that these text messages were Alex Jones praying for Roger Stone's wife, right? These are intimate text messages, right? Okay, so the Sandy Hook attorney, y'all see the way I'm bopping around because I'm excited. So the Sandy Hook victim's attorney, parents' attorney, actually went on to the Young Turks. Y'all take a listen at this. Y'all gonna fucking love me for it.
Mr. Jones said that there was an intimate photo of his wife on the phone. That I can also confirm that's true. And I normally wouldn't talk about that in public, but there is a public interest angle into this, is that I'm a little concerned about it because that intimate photo was sent to Roger Stone. And I don't know if that was consensual. And if it wasn't consensual, and Mrs. Wolf Jones should know about that, and there might be something that needs to be done about that. And again, it could be totally consensual. But when I see that, and I don't see any indication that it was, I'm concerned something might not be on the up and up with that. There are certainly laws in certain states about that.
Roger Stone, I declare, honey. So you sending intimate pictures of your wife over to Alex Jones? You sending the nudies? You sending your wife in the buff to Roger Stone? Alex, what is going on? What the hell is going on between the sheets in that home? Baby, wait, let me explain before you start the porch again. So this right here brought me back to an old Daily Mail article. And I remember when this happened, and it was very intriguing to me. Why the hell would Alex Jones send a nude photo of his wife to Roger Stone? Why would he do this? Well, this might be related to this. Roger Stone and his wife are, they get into some stuff, allegedly. They get into some things, a little bit of swinging. So according to the Daily Mail, this is an article that was dated of 2019, that back in the day, Roger Stone had a swinging marriage where he posted ads online and frequented notorious Oochie Coochie La 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 clubs with his insatiable wife. As you can see, there's the beautiful wife. I think you would say that as Nadia. And it seems that they love to scurry their asses on out to the places where they, you know, Oochie Coochie La 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 and do it with several people. I declare, honey. So what you and Alex got going on? So if you see there down at the bottom on this photo, this is an alleged ad that was placed by Roger Stone and his wife actually looking for someone to go swinging with. A pleasant lunch and a bar during the week for the white collar DC civil servants in the 1990s. And then on Saturday nights, honey, would be turn into a steamy XXX rated private club named Capital Couples, where the Stones rub shoulders with other body parts with a variety of mostly upscale members. In the jargon of Roger and Nikki's swinging lifestyle, the club was billed as being off premise. Meaning no Oochie Coochie La La acts were to take place on the premises. However, they did take it other places, with AIDS still being rampant, and health officials and law enforcement nationwide were cracking down on such Oochie Coochie La 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 clubs, and the use of condoms were being enforced. So, honey, the Capitol Club had turned into one big Oochie Coochie La 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 orgy, is what they called it. It was called an orgy. Oh, yes, 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 honey. It's true. So could Roger Stone and Alex Jones be wanting to get into some of his old shenanigans? Is that why Alex Jones allegedly sent a nudie photo of his wife to Roger Stone? Me personally, Roger Stone don't look like he can get it up to me, but maybe he can, or they do got Viagra. Maybe he was doing that. But baby, I would really love to know why he was sending over nude photos of his wife, especially while your wife is suffering from cancer, you said, and he was praying for you and keeping you on the up and up because you was down into the abyss. So I guess that was his way of keeping you on the up and up. But I digress, honey. So baby, that tea was piping hot, honey. Let's go ahead and keep rolling on because Roger Stone and Alex Jones. That's a hot boo boo shitty mess. Grab your tea and have a seat. Let's get ready for the tea report. And listen, one more thing. This might go back to why Meathead Maddie was saying the things that he was saying about. You remember what Meathead Maddie said? That might go back to that. I don't know. Maybe they do be doing stuff out there and they swinging lifestyle. I declare. What a disgrace. So, the next item on the agenda that I wanted to talk about tonight, because I just had to do this and I wanted to talk about this victory, this justice that we received today for Ahmaud Arbery. This was a beautiful day for Wanda Cooper Jones, Ahmaud's father, as well as Ahmaud and his entire family, to finally receive much needed justice. In this case, justice delayed was not justice denied, and that is something that I wanted to reiterate, because if you remember, if that video was never made public, we might not be sitting here today. This could have been a cover up. If Ahmaud's mother and father were not so steadfast, if that video had never come to light, and let's just be honest, Roddy Bryant was the one that brought that video out to light, honey, thinking that he was going to free himself, when all he did was make it worse for himself. And thanks to his beautiful mother and father who did not let this get just swept under the rug, brought this to the forefront, and then the power of social media. the public being outraged as a whole, because that case went, if you've ever watched a documentary about Ahmaud Arbery's case, there was many times that his case was bounced around between many district attorneys in that area, not wanting to do anything about this. And I'm so glad that his mother just kept going on. And then also the public stood up for Ahmaud Arbery. There is a guy that I follow, and we're actually mutuals on TikTok, that ran every single day, that he jogged every single day until Ahmaud got justice. And more justice was just given today. So, federal charges for federal crime charges for Travis McMichael, Greg McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan. Of course, we know they were found guilty on these charges, and today they were given their sentences. Travis McMichael was given life in prison, was given life plus 10 years. Greg McMichael, which is the father, he was given life in prison. And then William Roddy Bryan was given 35 years. He'll likely never see the light of day again. Right now, they are serving their sentence in state prison. That was one request that Travis McMichael, that they all had, I believe, that they wanted to serve their sentences in federal prison. I don't know if you all know, but serving a sentence in federal prison, people say that it's a lot better. They call it club fed federal prisons for the most part. They say that it would be easier for them. Travis McMichael claims that he was receiving death threats, but Wanda Cooper Jones has been very vocal about the fact that she did not want them to be able to serve that time in federal prison. And right now they are in state's custody. So I think we're supposed to hear back on that on Monday, but I'm not 100% sure on that, because I listened to Lee Merritt, which was Wanda Cooper Jones's attorney, and he said that the federal, they can't decide where they want to go. You know what I mean? Like right now, they're in the custody of federal because they have to serve life there. Custody of state because they were given a life sentence there. So you just can't, go over to the federal prison when you're supposed to be serving state charges. So I don't know what's going to come out of that, but I'll definitely be watching and keep you guys updated to any changes that may occur in that. Wanda Cooper Jones, as well as Ahmaud's father, spoke today, and I did want you all to hear it because it was very moving. Also, let me backpedal a little bit. Travis McMichael is a piece of shit, and he did not show any remorse. He was asked in the courtroom, would he like to say anything? He didn't say anything. Now, I understood, and I'm going to use the term understood loosely, because during the state trial, none of them chose to speak. And that is typical in state cases when you have a federal case pending, or you could be wanting to immediately file an appeal. You usually don't get a statement from the defendants. You usually don't. However, I'm disgusted that that Travis McMichael chose not to even say I'm sorry to Wanda Cooper Jones and Ahmaud's father and his family. He chose to say nothing. So that lets me know that he deserves to be exactly where he is. I kept up with the federal trial, and some of the things that came out, I was very shocked, and I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I don't want to say shocked, but I was very upset to find some of the things that I found out about Roddy Bryan. I already knew about Greg and Travis, that they were pieces of shit, but some of the things that I found out about William Roddy Bryan, some of the text messages that he was sending, him being upset about his daughter being in a relationship with a black man, using monkeys, and it was a lot that came out in that federal trial about William Roddy Bryan that I actually, a little bit felt bad for him, just a little bit, because I have a little bit of heart, a little bit. But then when I found out all that stuff, I'm like, you were in on the shenanigans too. You were in on the fuck shit too. So, I had to take all that back. But Greg McMichael did apologize. Let me see if I can find what he said. He did apologize. He just turned around and said that he was sorry, and that he really apologized for what happened. So I want you guys to hear Wanda Cooper Jones as well as Ahmaud's father speak in regards to their son Ahmaud and their feelings today.
I'm very proud to say that we finally got justice for Ahmaud on the federal level. I am pleased that they will do their time in the state penitentiary, and that's what I had been screaming the whole time.
It was hard to look at them every day as a father, and they show no remorse for how they took his life. That's the thing that really bothered me real bad. And then they act for mercy. They didn't give him no mercy that day. So we don't want no mercy for those Michael. They didn't give us none. They didn't give him none either. None at all.
I was more anxious to see was he going to address the parents of Ahmaud and also to the family of Ahmaud. And Travis chose not to even say that he was sorry. That's who he is. So it really showed the court, it showed the family, it showed everybody who's been saying just for Ahmaud what kind of people really took my son away.
So that was what they had to say. And I tell you, Wanda Cooper Jones has got to be the strongest woman that I know. She's got to be the strongest woman I know. So justice delayed was not justice denied in this case. Ahmaud can finally get his rest, and so can his family. You know, this chapter is closed. They got complete justice for Ahmaud, and it was so very well deserved. Although that fucking attorney that said that shit about his toes at that trial, she should be held accountable. They need to take her law license. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. All right, players, grab your tea and have a seat. Get ready for the tea report. All right, players, y'all gonna have to humor me for a second because this situation right here has got me intrigued. I have to go ahead and throw in some of my Conflama drama up in here. And this is Irv Gotti, Nelly, and Ashanti. I declare, honey, I am so sick and tired of being sick and tired of Irv Gotti. He needs to sit his ass down, but sit his $5 ass down before I make change. I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So pay attention to me, okay? So we all know last week, if you follow me on my pages, y'all already know I covered it, where Irv Gotti is once again talking about Ashanti, his love for Ashanti, and talking about how he found out that Ashanti was with Nelly, and you know, he even said something about them ooching. Now, I told y'all in that video that Irv Gotti had told Wendy Williams that he wasn't with his wife at the time. And he also said on the Breakfast Club that the relationship between he and Ashanti was not physical. So it was very odd to hear today that he was saying that the song Happy, that song by Ashanti, was actually done after he and Ashanti had Oochie Coochie La La La. I don't believe him. I'm having a hard time believing that, but that's what he said, honey. I declare it's a disgrace. So he continues to talk about Ashanti. I swear. Now, he said that their relationship wasn't physical. So I was thinking to myself, look, honey, if your relationship wasn't physical and you still talking about it 20 years later, then that's a big problem, honey. And she might need to take out a restraining order. But he claims now he's backpedaling and pussy popping out of the fact that he said that they never oochie before, and now he's saying that they oochie, and that was the reason for the song Happy. So Fat Joe actually spoke on this today, and I wanted y'all to hear what he got to say, because it's like, Irv, you looking extra desperate out here in these streets, and you need to cut it out because you looking crazy. Listen to Fat Joe, y'all.
Irv Gotti, whoever the fuck you want, right? Ashanti, right? And so whatever Irv has with Ashanti is 20 years old, right? And so I know he was making some points that mean a lot to him, his heart and soul. But when you keep ranting about somebody 20 years later, it felt like he's not over the young lady, right? And so also we didn't know that they was fucking, right? Because the whole time I'm there, What's Love, Big Pun Record, On Tour. I never seen them together like that. Now, I'm not saying they wasn't. They was. Or there was rumors they was. I never seen it. But I don't need to know. I don't need to know. Right? Now, it's okay if it's on a documentary. You got to say your truth for your documentary. But to go to Drink Champs and keep calling her a bitch, keep disrespecting, guys, I'm not going to be the one, I'm not the guy, to stand up for the brother that I'm not. The Ja Rule was standing right next to him. And so I'm not going to be that guy, right? But yeah, like I'm not telling stories about a girl I was with 20 years ago. In fact, I hope you die. Fuck you, bitch. Right? Leave me alone, right? And so
hella weird, man. Hella weird that Irv Gotti is still talking about Ashanti. And then here's the thing. Ashanti hasn't said a mumbling word about his ass. She's always been tight-lipped about who she's dating or who she's with or whatever. But Irv Gotti, it's creepy at this point. Let me show y'all what happened at Ashanti and Nelly. They had a concert. I don't know what this was for, some type of concert or something. And Nelly actually threw a jab at Irv Gotti.
Listen to what Nelly just said to Ashanti.
Hey, yo, I got floor seats for the next game. What's that?
So he's speaking in reference to that. Irv Gotti said on Drink Champs that he found out that Nelly and Ashanti were a thing when he was at home sitting in his drawers eating cereal out of a mixing bowl with an oversized spoon, and he saw them on television at a game. So that's why Nelly said that. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So I just think it's hella creepy. I don't know when Irv Gotti is going to get over this, but number one, it makes you look crazy because even though you say that you're separated, now his wife said that they were separated when this alleged thing between he and Ashanti occurred. He said that they were separated as well. However, Ashanti was 20 something years old, 21 years old. I think he was like 30 or 35 or something like that. I mean, this is just hella sus that you will be talking about this so many years later. Even if it did happen, it doesn't make you look good. It doesn't. It's not a flex for you to continue talking about a woman 20 years later after you were married at the time. It's just completely disgusting. So I don't know what he think he's doing, honey, but look.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
All right, players, I got one more story for you, and I'm going to give you a trigger warning before we do it, but I decided to talk about this tonight. So, players, grab your tea and have a seat, and giving you a trigger warning. This next one is going to maybe disturbing. All right, players. So I just wanted to talk to you all about the story of Ashley Lockhart in Philadelphia on August 6th. Ashley was found stabbed 18 times in her minivan in Philadelphia. It's very sad what has happened here. She's the mother of 6 beautiful girls. Now, I had a photo of those beautiful girls. Let me make sure. Beautiful little angels. And it's so sad what has happened in this case. I'm so tired of seeing things like this. If you did not know, 4,000 women are killed in domestic violence situations every year. So make sure that you all are taking care of yourselves. And, hey, if someone's doing something like that, they don't love you, honey. You need to get out expeditiously because it's just so very sad. So apparently, in the early morning hours, yesterday, this van was found with Ashley inside of the van. She was stabbed 18 times. It was found at the 5300 block of Chestnut Street at 8:25 in the morning. Multiple stab wounds in the neck, arms, and apparently, trigger warning. Apparently, the knife was still found in her head, according to uh, witnesses. Apparently, they claimed that they believed that this was stemming from a domestic dispute. Um, but they did not immediately arrest anyone in this case. Although she was deceased and they didn't immediately arrest anyone, they had to put together evidence. So apparently, they were able to get surveillance footage from the scene. As you can see, it's in a well lit area, and there's surveillance footage, and they were able to see the boyfriend. His name is Raymond Thompson. Now, here's the thing: they weren't together at the time. Apparently, they weren't together. They say that she had a restraining order against him, a protective order against him, but he did stab her. He's the father of her 6 children, and he did stab her in that van. At least, and he's admitted it to authorities that he believed that she was cheating on him, and that's the reason why he stabbed her. He has a past conviction for crimes, including drug offenses. Most recently, in 2018, he was sentenced to 6 to 23 months in jail after pleading guilty for charges including risking a catastrophe and resisting arrest. In that case, Thompson broke free from police as they tried to arrest him on a drug violation at the 15th and Market Streets. Then he jumped onto the train tracks in an attempt to escape. So he was arrested today. He did not have an attorney listed, and he's scheduled to appear in court later in the week. What is creepy about this whole thing, like I told you, he wasn't arrested at the time, but he did post after she was found deceased. He did post her, and this is what he posted on his Facebook story. The song, it was a picture of her, and he posted the song "All My Life I Pray for Someone Like You." He posted that knowing good and well he had taken her away from her 6 beautiful girls. And she always had these girls dressed so beautifully. Their hair was always combed. She was also, people have been ranting and raving about her. She had a TikTok account where she would post these children saying affirmations, and she was teaching them that they were beautiful and that they were smart. And she was teaching them to be independent young ladies. And now she has been taken away from them. A GoFundMe is set up. I did share that on my Facebook page if you guys want to help assist these beautiful girls. Hopefully, they get into a home where they can be taken care of and also receive some therapy, because this is just so very tragic. So, players, that is the end of my show tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed my impromptu show. I'm so sorry about all the snafus that occurred. I'm not going to upload this for a podcast, honey, because I had too many snafus in this. So, if you guys want to watch the replay, y'all can watch it over on my YouTube and Facebook pages. I really appreciate y'all for coming out, rocking and rolling with me tonight. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed y'all. So I'm glad y'all came, band. Like I said, frup it dump, trouble in my way, trouble in my way. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. I will see y'all Wednesday. So make sure y'all here between 10 and 10:15 so I can spill some tea. Hopefully we won't have any snafus and we can get this thing crack a lack. And make sure y'all visit blackuratnews.com. If you're on Facebook, make sure you love, like, or laugh at the video. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like the video and subscribe if you are not. Thank y'all so much for joining, and make sure y'all have a precious night, honey. I hope y'all enjoyed this tea, because I did. All right, players. I'll see y'all later. Peace. I declare.
Thanks for listening to The Real Tea with Double D. Remember to support by following on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And subscribe to the website to keep the tea piping hot at blaccuratenews.com.